What's up, everyone? 436 and 610. That is the overall record of this owner since he purchased the team back in 2013 from the previous ownership group. And in that time, 8 different head coaches, 4 separate front offices. He owes all of us Kings fans an apology for the way he has run this team into the ground since that one special season just not that long ago. Last year, we watched Tyrese Halliburton in the NBA Finals playing for the Indiana Pacers. This season, we are watching Mike Brown coach the New York Knicks in the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. But we have a gutless owner who doesn't even show his face to the public anymore in Sacramento. The only time you see his smug little face is during games in his courtside seat at half court. Just 2 years ago, this city was absolutely alive again. The purple lights, the cowbells, the sold out crowds inside the arena. And for the first time in 16 long years, the playoffs were back in the 9-1-6. And at the center of it all was head coach Mike Brown, the man who helped create the Beam team. But now, just a few short years later, Mike Brown is coaching the New York Knicks in the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. Meanwhile, the Kings are coming off a disastrous 22-60 season, searching for a direction, identity, and a future. So I ask you the question, did this team give up on Mike Brown too soon? Don't answer that, because I got a simple one. The answer is yes. Fuck yes. When Mike Brown arrived in this city, the expectations were low because the Kings were a laughingstock in the NBA. 16 straight years without the playoffs. Coaches came and went. You had lottery picks fail, sort of hope. Then everything changed. The Kings exploded to a 48-34 record. Third seed in the West, the best offense in NBA history at the time, and the greatest atmosphere Sacramento basketball had seen in decades. De'Aaron Fox became an All-NBA star. Sabonis turned into an offensive engine. Malik Monk became Sixth Man of the Year caliber. And every single night, that beam lit up the Sacramento skyline. And the Beam team, that wasn't just a nickname. It became a movement. It became our identity as a team, as a city. Mike Brown won Coach of the Year unanimously. The Kings pushed Golden State to 7 games in one of the most electric playoff series in recent memory. Even though the Kings lost, the future looked bright. 2023-24 season, this team was still solid on paper. 46 wins, another winning season, and a trip to the play-in tournament. The Kings eliminated the Warriors in the first play-in game, ending Golden State's season in dramatic fashion. But then came the collapse against the Pelicans, and just like that, the Kings' season was over. And suddenly, the vibes had changed. The offense wasn't explosive. The defense, still issues. The roster construction started showing The cracks and the West kept getting stronger and better. Still, back-to-back winning seasons in Sacramento was baby steps of progress. But internally, the pressure was building. Then came the 24-25 season. 13-18 start. The energy was gone. The roster looked stale. The urgency was obvious. You had a losing streak before Christmas, and the ownership made the decision. Mike Brown was fired on the way to the airport, and long after that, your franchise star that you drafted in 2017 was traded to San Antonio at the deadline. And just like that, the era that revived Sacramento basketball was over. And what followed was chaos. The Kings lost their identity. The roster became old, more expensive, and harder to build around. No true long-term direction. No franchise cornerstone. No defensive culture. No stability. And now, after a catastrophic 22-win season this past year, Sacramento is once again staring into uncertainty. Meanwhile, back in the greatest city of the world, New York, the Knicks made one of the boldest decisions in recent memory. After Thibodeau led the Knicks to the Eastern Conference Finals a year ago, they fired him. And who did New York hire? Mike Brown. And now look at the Knicks. 53-29. Third seed in the East. And their first finals appearance since 1999. And Mike Brown didn't just stabilize the Knicks, he elevated them. Discipline, defense, ball movement, accountability, belief. Sound familiar, Kings fans? It's the exact same culture he helped build right here in Sacramento. Only this time, the New York Knicks, they stayed patient long enough to see it fully develop. So where do the Kings go from here? That's the scary part. Because now the Kings are stuck in the middle. Too old, too expensive, not good enough to compete, not bad enough to fully rebuild. And for the first time in years, they own a top 10 draft pick yet again, 7th overall in next month's draft. And this pick could define the next decade of Sacramento Kings basketball. Because if you get this right, you could get that star player. Not a franchise cornerstone, but a star. But if you get it wrong, this team will be set back 2 years at the minimum. Because right now, the Kings don't just need talent and plenty of it. They need vision. They need identity. And most importantly, they need stability. The same stability that once had with Mike Brown. And Mike Brown will always be remembered in Sacramento for one thing above anything else. He made Sacramento Kings basketball matter again. He ended the drought. He created the B team, and he gave this city belief. But now, as he coaches the Knicks on the biggest stage, the Kings are left trying to figure out what comes next. So let me ask you, did the Kings make a mistake firing Mike Brown? Absolutely. Like they do every damn decision. They made a mistake when they fired Michael Malone. They made a mistake when they fired Mike Brown. That's what this team has done under this current owner. And until he sells this team, the Kings may not be as successful as they were in those 2000s. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Sacramento Kings coverage right here. And remember, go Kings, light the beam.